Well, me and Sarge would like to welcome you to conversational shaving. Isn't that right, Sarge? Well, hello there. How are you? I've already prepped my face with the Village Barber shaving oil. And my razor today is going to be this 3-piece non-adjustable Henson razor. And this blue one is, well, the only one they had available, the only kind they had available of this color at the time when I bought this was a mild variety. So this is mild, but in there on its first use is going to be a feather blade, pretty sharp blade. And my soap is going to be this, the Immortal Peach from PAA. This is the old formula, but it lathers just as well as the new formula, in my opinion anyway. It's very nice stuff. This is kind of peach week on conversational shaving because I had a peach soap, well, on Wednesday. And I don't usually do Wednesday shaves, but I hadn't done a shave last weekend because I was pretty tired. And I've already lathered using this. It is the, or I've lathered the brush, I should say, the Lancaster Razor Works. It's a nice synthetic brush. And I've lathered once again in the Stirling collapsible shaving bowl. So that's pretty good. Pretty nice lather. I'll try to get a lather started on my face, and I hope you're all doing well out there. The reason I've been buying the older formulas of soaps when they're available is because I've been on a budget, and usually if there are any of the older formulas left, you can get those for a few dollars less than you can new formulas sometimes. That's not to say that the new formulas aren't good or better. It's just that I've been on kind of a budget lately. But I do have the matching aftershaves, so that allows me to afford those a little bit better than I might normally. And okay, let's see. Is that pretty good? Hope so. And we'll get started shaving here. Let me go ahead and rinse the razor, or wet the razor. And we'll do pass number 1 with the grain. Here we go. And a nice sharp feather blade on its first use. Good to use in a mild razor. Since I had, how do I put this? Since I had only looked at the pretty blue razor on the Henson website, I originally thought all of the Henson razors were mild in their aggression, but that's not the case. Other colors of the razor were available in more aggressive aggressions. There you go. More aggressive varieties, I should say. About 2 days worth of growth on my face, by the way. Very nice. Let me go ahead and rinse the razor. Okay, that rinsed pretty quickly. This is a very mild razor. This particular variety, the mild variety of the Henson razor, I wouldn't swear you couldn't get a weeper with it, but in fact, if anybody could, I could. But generally, these are pretty safe to use razors due to the way they're designed. This could easily be the daily driver for someone who is not very hirsute. That is to say, someone that doesn't have thick growth on their face. You could even use this in place of a disposable or a cartridge razor if you're like me and on those days when you've got to get out the door quickly, you maybe just run a disposable over your face real quick. Well, you could do that very quickly with this too, as I'm sure you could really with just about any safety razor, but this would be even better for that, I think. And I'll be right back for pass number 2 across the grain. Okay, pass number 2 across the grain. Here we go. I don't want to have my video demonetized, but I've got some Alan Parsons project playing out in the living room. You might just barely be able to hear it. Been kind of getting back into them, or getting into them more earnestly. They didn't do as well in their home country of the UK, their home nation, as they did in continental Europe, other parts of the world, the United States, Canada even. But listening to their Ammonia Avenue album, which I don't think I've ever given a full listen to consciously all the way through. Because that album came out during a difficult period of my life. I do remember hearing the song You Don't Believe, which ended up on that album, but it was released, the single was released before the album was in the previous year, in late 1983 in November here in the US, excuse me. That was the last of my good times for a while, and then the album was released in February of '84. In that time, things were starting to go downhill for me a little bit. But a friend of mine's older brother had all of the Alan Parsons Project albums. And when they released a new one, he would buy it. And I remember hearing this in my friend's basement. Hearing the album, but not really giving it all the attention it probably deserved. In fact, I didn't give their albums much attention at all back in those days. I was a teenager, and I think not a terribly bright teenager, at least by the way I acted. Excuse me. So, Yeah. Alan Parsons had been the engineer on Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon album, and that brought him some fame and fortune. A composer, fellow named Eric Wolfson, wrote a lot of the lyrics and songs for the Alan Parsons Project. And Alan Parsons, who would play keyboards and do some backing vocals and work the soundboard. The whole idea behind the Alan Parsons Project was kind of that, as they already had in France, directors of movies, or producers, directors, like Alfred Hitchcock and others, had gained a certain amount of star status themselves. In fact, in France and other parts of Europe, the American star system, or any kind of star system, sort of bowed to the stardom given to the directors of the motion pictures, and so the producer of albums was thought perhaps to be the next star, and hence the Alan Parsons Project. Eric Wolfson was also Alan Parsons' agent. I'll be right back, then we'll go against the grain. Okay, pass number 3, against the grain. Here we go. By the way, this soap smells lovely. Scent strength of about a 5 out of 10. Not as tart as that soap I used, as the peach scented soap I used earlier, well, in the previous video, but very nice, very good stuff. And here we go. Yeah, sadly, I believe Eric Wolfson, I hope I was saying his name right, I believe he's passed away some years ago. Alan Parsons is still alive and doing albums under his own name, just Alan Parsons, sans the project part of it. On his most recent album, Tommy Shaw, formerly of Styx, does a guest lead vocal on one of the songs. And so does some fellow who I think is a well-known country music singer, contemporary country music singer. Although I'm not really into that kind of music, the newer country, so I couldn't tell you his name. I can't remember it. Excuse me. Back to the face here. Yeah, this album that I have on in the way background, the way back background, it's called Ammonia Avenue, and it was so named because Eric Wolfson visited a chemical plant in the UK, and they had a street there called Ammonia Avenue, which was nothing but a lot of pipes, no trees, and no people. Pipes carrying ammonia, I guess, and sort of a stylized picture of that photograph was used on the album cover. Yeah. My favorite Alan Parsons Project album is Eye in the Sky, and the title track was their biggest hit. Originally, I guess, Alan Parsons Project, a lot of their stuff was too light rock for me, but a lot of their stuff has been played on the harder rock or the classic rock radio stations. Back in the late 70s, you couldn't get away from it. And I will be back, for good or otherwise, for pickups. Okay, Sarge, what time is it? It's pickup time, Sarge. Look at the magic clock. Hi, Sarge. Ah, I hear you purring. Give me the nose bump. Come on. Usually give me the nose bump. I guess he's not. Sometimes he doesn't the nose thing with me. Come on, Sarge. Come on. Sarge? Oh well. Okay, Sarge, thank you. You're a good sport. I don't know if you could hear him. He was purring a little bit. Go ahead, Sarge. I know you don't like being locked in here. Come on. You might be able to hear some of that album playing loudly out there. I don't actually own the album. I'm playing it on YouTube, so. I read something on Wikipedia about this album that, like some of their other material, this isn't just songs about women and men speaking to one another. It's science and humanity speaking to one another. Lyrically. Although, on the surface, it's just kind of like ordinary love songs, but I think their album that more aptly, more conceptually works all the way around is Eye in the Sky. That's got some of the same sort of thing going on there. But I'm talking about music more than I am about this shave, and all I can really say about this shave so far, and I'm almost finished with it, but it seems like a pretty good shave. Even with this fairly light and rather mild razor, I still need to be a little careful. I'm going to rinse the razor and go over my neck one more time. Okay. Maybe on my off days I'll do some more music reaction videos where I react to music I haven't really heard before. As suggested by you, or whoever would view such a video. That's an entirely different genre on YouTube. Pretty much done here. Yeah, we're pretty much looking at BBS here, folks. Maybe just one or two little tiny imperfections, but no, I can't say anything bad about this shave. It's a nice shave. I think the only time I started feeling some irritation was over in here, where I was maybe going at the shave a little bit too heavily. And I'll be right back with Mr. Towel and so forth. Say hello to Mr. Towel. Oh, oh yeah. See where I'm at here. Dry off just a bit more. I don't know why I would worry about a video being demonetized. I don't have enough subscribers to have anything monetized in the first place. Not that I don't appreciate my subscribers, because I do. Without you guys, there's not much reason for me to be doing this. Sometimes I take a while to dry the face, but there it is. Good enough. Yeah, very nice. I'll put this away, put Mr. Towel back where he goes. And then, let's see here. I'll begin a brief recap and put the finishing touches on the shave. Prep my face before I got on camera with Village Barber shaving oil. Always good to let shaving oil sit in, kind of soak in for a few minutes before you start to lather and shave. And let's see, my razor has been this 3-piece non-adjustable Henson razor. It's the mild variety, lovely blue color. And in there on its first use, very nice, a feathered high stainless blade. And I gotta get some more of these because this tuck is now empty. And let's see, my soap has been this Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Immortal Peach. That's one bad looking peach there, isn't it? Yeah. Something you see in outer space, evidently. Okay, let's see. Oh, and my brush has been this Lancaster Razor Works. It's a synthetic brush, very nice. And let's see, oh, and I lathered in this, it is the collapsible Stirling shaving bowl, very nice. Now, I'm going to reach over here and get some of the Dickinson's Witch Hazel. And we'll apply some of this 14% alcohol, so that makes this an astringent, this stuff. And I do get some sting from that, from the alcohol in there. Okay, now let me show you that one more time. The Dickinson's Witch Hazel, very nice stuff. And now we're going to apply some of the Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements Immortal Peach aftershave and cologne. There you go, with the same bad peach on it. I mean, it's good stuff, but that's one bad looking peach. Okay. One mean-looking extraterrestrial peach menacing some astronauts there. And hope I got enough of that in the hands. We'll get that going here. Put a little on the wrists, up behind the ears, on the temples, back of the neck a little. Oh, it smells lovely. Oh. As is sometimes the case with these aftershaves, and I mean with anybody's aftershaves, I'd say that smells even better and a little bit tartar than the soap itself. Put some more on. I really like this stuff. Just like that other soap with the peach, that was also nice this past Wednesday. But anyway, I'm not going to make baleful comparisons between soap makers and vendors because I'd say 95 to 99% of all their products are great. Very rarely, in my experience, yours may be different, but very rarely do I come upon a real stinker. So there's some more good stuff right there. The matching aftershave cologne to go with the PAA Immortal Peach soap. Finally, one more thing here. With citrus or fruitier scents, I usually get good mileage with this. It's the Dove Men+Care. This is the Hydrate Post-Shave Balm. And I might be running out of this, but I've got some of their post-shave cream or whatever it is also. Oh man, come on, I know. It's coming out, just barely. I may have to throw this away, or at least not use it on the channel again. Not that there's anything wrong with it, it's so near the bottom that I have to really work to get some out of there. I didn't know that I was that low on that particular product. Well, that's not the perfect application of that because I'm running out of it, but it's nice. And the smell, the scent kind of enhances the scent in my experience, my opinion, of the soap. Anything citrusy or fruity smelling, it really goes good with that. I'll show you one more time. I am going to have to get some more of this. The Dove Men+Care Hydrate Post-Shave Balm. I've got the same thing basically, but it comes in a little tub, and I guess they call it the cream or whatever. For face, body, and hands, the other says. But anyway, bye, peace out, have a great week ahead.